Welcome to the video that will change everything. Today we're going to talk about serious matters related to love and relationships. It's time to pay attention and understand what really happens when we're in love. Listen closely, as we're going to reveal important signs that can say more than you imagine. And best of all, we'll show you how to value yourself, respect your own feelings, and find true love. From now on, you won't fall into traps anymore, and won't be deceived by those who aren't really interested. We'll give you all the tips to become an expert in understanding what women mean.
So don't waste time. It's time to be very attentive and learn everything you need to know. Let's get started.
Number 1, you are always the one initiating the conversation. If you notice that you're always the one taking the first step to talk to her, it's a clear sign that something isn't right. When someone is interested, they make an effort to start a conversation, show interest, and get to know the person on the other end better. But if she doesn't show this interest and you always have to take the initiative,
it's simply because she's not as interested.
Also, pay attention to how she responds when you reach out. If her responses are short, without much enthusiasm to continue the conversation, it's an indication that she's not investing in it. It can be frustrating to realize that your efforts to get closer are not appreciated, but it's important to understand the situation to avoid being trapped in an illusion. Sometimes, taking a step back and stopping initiating conversations can be a good idea to assess her interest. If she doesn't take the initiative to talk to you after a while, it's a sign that she's simply not that interested in maintaining contact. It's crucial to remember that, although it hurts, it's essential to be honest with yourself and accept reality. Spending energy and time on someone who doesn't reciprocate our feelings can prevent us from finding someone who truly values our presence. Finally, don't take it personally. Each person has their preferences, and we won't always please everyone. Focusing on ourselves, our interests, and well-being is the best way to attract people who genuinely care about us. Number 2. She takes a long time to respond to your messages. If you notice that she takes an eternity to reply, even to the simplest messages like a "good morning," it's a clear sign of disinterest. In relationships where there's mutual interest, responses are usually quick and enthusiastic. If you see her online often but still doesn't respond, she might be busy with other conversations or simply doesn't prioritize dialogue with you. Although it can be disappointing, it's important to accept when our feelings are not reciprocated as we hoped. Another important aspect is how she responds when she finally does. If she doesn't apologize or justify the delay, it shows a lack of consideration for your time and feelings. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect and attention to each other's needs. Faced with this behavior, it's normal to feel discouraged. However, it's important not to devalue yourself and realize that you deserve someone who is willing to invest in the relationship as much as you are. Sometimes moving on is the best option to pave the way for a more promising future. Never forget to value yourself and put your emotional needs first. Not all connections will be meaningful, but being open to new opportunities is essential to find someone who truly appreciates your company. Number 3, she doesn't prolong conversations. When this woman doesn't show genuine interest in you, it's as if your words are whispers lost in the void. You try hard to start a conversation, but it's like talking to a lifeless stone statue, devoid of emotion. Her responses are short, superficial, as if she's just fulfilling an obligation, with no real interest in getting to know you. This indifference in conversations is like a knife to the heart. While you desperately try to find a connection, she seems to be shutting every door as if she's blocking her heart against you. It's as if every word you say disappears into the void of her disinterest. If you feel lost in a sea of silence, it's time to face reality. There's no warmth in her words, no spark of interest. It's as if you're a stranger in a world where she refuses to dive into. Accept that not everyone will fall under your charm, and it hurts. But it's preferable to the illusion than indifference, the certainty of rejection over empty hope. Respect your own feelings. Don't settle for breadcrumbs of attention. Seek someone who listens to you as if your words were poetry, who is enchanted by every gesture of yours as if it were a work of art. Because you deserve more than empty conversation, you deserve a symphony of love and admiration. Number 4. She's always busy. When this woman constantly uses the excuse of being busy, as if every minute of the day is filled with an impenetrable schedule, it's like she's pushing you to the bottom of her priority list. It's as if you're just a footnote in her life, easily ignored and discarded. There's nothing wrong with having commitments and responsibilities, but when someone is genuinely interested, they find a way to include you in their lives, even if it's just for a few minutes. If she constantly leaves you waiting, always available for everything and everyone except you, it's time to raise the alarms. When feelings are true, there are no excuses or justifications. If she's always too busy to give you attention, it's a clear sign that her feelings for you aren't as strong as you hoped. It's understandable to feel hurt and undervalued in this situation. But remember that you deserve someone who makes time for you, someone who includes you in their life and makes you feel special. Don't compare yourself to others she may have in her life. You are unique and deserve to be treated with love and respect. Value yourself and seek relationships where feelings are mutual, where you are valued and loved as you deserve. Life is too short to waste time with someone who doesn't recognize your worth. Move on and find someone who is willing to share their time and life with you. Number 5. She flirts with other men. When the woman you desire openly flirts with other men, it's like rubbing salt in the open wound of your heart. Every laugh, every glance is like a deep stab, leaving invisible scars on your soul. You stand there hopeful, while she dances on the boundaries of your self-respect, disregarding your emotions and ignoring your expectations. It's like she's whispering between the lines that you're not enough, that your attention isn't worth it. My friend, it's time to reclaim your dignity and put an end to this game of illusions. When a woman flirts with other men in front of you, it's like she's raising a red flag, indicating that you're nothing but an unwanted spectator in the theater of her life. In a true relationship, flirting with others is a silent betrayal, a breach of trust that casts a shadow of doubt on the love you share. Unless you've given her reasons to feel insecure, there's no justification for this kind of behavior. Healthy relationships are built on pillars of mutual respect, trust, and emotional fidelity. If she flirts with other men in your presence, it's a clear sign that she's not taking the relationship seriously. Don't allow your heart to be trampled and your self-esteem shattered by someone who doesn't value your presence. Have the courage to walk away from this toxic situation and seek someone who truly recognizes and respects the love you have to offer. Always remember, you deserve true love, where the other person is committed and dedicated to building a sincere and meaningful relationship by your side. Number 6, she frequently flakes on dates. When this woman consistently leaves you hanging, either by not showing up to planned dates or canceling last minute, it's like she's trampling on your feelings without the slightest remorse. Her excuses, if given, sound as empty and unconvincing as promises in the wind. This lack of commitment can make you feel like a discarded toy, worthless and unimportant. Sure, unforeseen circumstances can happen, but when canceling becomes a routine, it's a clear sign that she's not as interested in you as you are in her. It's like she's putting other priorities above you, as if your time and company aren't worth it. Feeling constantly sidelined, always waiting for someone who seems to not care about your presence, is painful. You deserve someone who is present in your life, who values the time you spend together, and who strives to build a meaningful relationship. If this woman acts this way, it's time to question if this relationship is healthy for you. Relationships should be built on foundations of respect, commitment, and reciprocity. If you find yourself trapped in a cycle of disappointments and rejections, it's time to look at your own emotional needs. Sometimes it's difficult to walk away from someone we have feelings for, but staying in a relationship where you're not valued only prolongs your pain. Always remember to value yourself and prioritize your needs. Look for someone who is willing to invest in the relationship just as much as you are. You deserve true love, where both parties are committed to building something special, where no date is abandoned, and where every moment together is cherished like a gem. Number 7, she shows no interest in meeting your family. When a woman truly cares about you and wants to build something serious, she naturally shows interest in meeting the people who are important in your life, such as your family and friends. She understands that these relationships are an essential part of who you are and seeks to better understand the context in which you exist. However, if this woman avoids any opportunity to get closer to your family and friends, it's like she's erecting a barrier between you. She may make excuses to avoid social events where significant people to you would be present, or simply show disinterest when the subject arises. This behavior reveals a lack of commitment and interest in building a solid and lasting relationship. When someone is truly emotionally invested, they eagerly want to know all aspects of their partner's life, including their family and friends. If you notice this lack of interest on her part, it's time to question if this relationship is truly healthy for you. Meaningful relationships are based on deep emotional connections and genuine interest in each other's well-being and happiness. Value yourself and seek someone who is truly committed to sharing your life and who has an interest in knowing and being involved with the people who are important to you. You deserve a love that goes beyond the couple, that celebrates and values all the relationships that are part of your story. And thus, we conclude today's video. We hope you have enjoyed the information shared about the signs that may indicate when a woman is not interested in a relationship. If you found this content useful and informative, don't forget to leave your like on the video to help us reach more people with this valuable content. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, don't miss the opportunity to subscribe now. This way, you'll stay informed about all the news and receive notifications about the upcoming videos we're preparing for you. We immensely appreciate your support and participation. If you have any questions or suggestions for topics for future videos, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. We're always open to hearing your opinion and creating content that truly adds value to your life. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.